Guys, I might have a problem. The problem is I have too many Super Nintendos, too many ways to play these great games. But maybe you're new, and maybe you're wondering what is the best way to play Super Nintendo games in 2024. So let's discuss the advantages and disadvantages, which should really help you make an informed decision on what you should be buying.
Yo, what's up YouTube? I'm gonna play with some Super Power today. Yes, it's the original system. Look, that yellowing. I should probably retrowrite that. Maybe I don't care. You know what? You got things like the SNES Classic. We've got the Hyperkin Supaboy, which is portable, can take actual controllers, has a composite out. You can actually hook this thing up to your TV, guys. I got an SNES Jr behind me. But you know what? What's the best way to play these games? And who should be buying what? It's really confusing. I'm going to break it all down for you today. What is the best method? And let's compare the video quality, audio quality, the latency of these devices, and really break it down who should be getting what.
Wow. The Super Nintendo RF adapter. We kicked this off from the bottom of the barrel, and as the Cookie Monster stated, a complete L. Funny enough, this is exactly what I used when I was a kid. This footage was captured via the RF adapter to my VCR back out to composite. Noise is very apparent, the video is grainy, and the color is not accurate. Latency on CRT is minimal, however there are many better options. Next up, the Hyperkin Supaboy Black and Gold. This is a very interesting clone device. It plays almost all carts well. It has a 16:9 and 4:3 option for its built-in screen, and it can even use OEM controllers and third-party ones. It features composite out, which if I am being honest does have its issues, especially with modern televisions. Image mashes together with Luma and Chroma into one single connection. Unlike RF though, at least the audio is separated. On triple comb filter CRT TVs, it looks more than good enough. The video is passable, the audio is decent, it has minimal latency, and plays your actual SNES carts on the go or at home. I actually utilized the SNES multi-tap on this and played Secret of Mana 3-player mode, which was just awesome. This is what the Switch would be if it came out in 1995. Next up, we have the pound HDMI cable for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So you fire your old SNES up to your new TV via composite, only to realize it looks like crap, and your TV adds a ton of input lag. You jump on Amazon and look for SNES HDMI cable, and this cable pops up. You get it home, and at first you say, oh wow, it works. Then you realize what we all do, sadly. The image is dark and weirdly sharpened. Graphical glitches are everywhere. The image is stuck in a half-baked 16:9 ratio, and unless you can force 4:3 on your display or through OBS, you have a very stretched image. The latency is very random, making some games actually impossible to complete. Pound cable just does everything mediocre, and for its cost there are plenty of better options. Grab yourself a RetroTink 2X Pro or Bitfunk's Retroscaler instead. Now things are getting interesting. The Super Nintendo 2-chip, aka 3-chip, with RGB. Utilizing the RGB cables from Retrovision, things are starting to get very interesting. Colors are improved, sharpness is a step above even S-Video, and leaps and bounds over composite and RF. On a CRT, the image comes to life, text is clear and readable, and you are instantly a cool kid. Let's face it, when we were young, we did not have a TV capable of this signal. There is no added latency, audio and video are quite good. However, the RGB signal is not precise, and this is where it gets its signature horizontal pixel blur and halo ghosting around static objects. The advantage of this console is that it plays all games without issue, unlike the one-chip designs or clones that can introduce some minor errors on some games. Next up, we have the gold standard, the SNES Jr RGB and S-Video module with a ghosting fix and C-Sync brightness mod. Out of the box, this system features a 1-chip, which is the best video quality of all the revisions. The issue, however, is that it is not actually passed on to the multi-out, thus it is composite only. However, this system can be modded, and my version is. With that, you have an incredible sharp RGB video with only one downfall. It is considered by many to be the official clone, which some games do in fact have issues running 100% accurate. The list for this, though, is very small, and that is the trade-off. I use this system daily, and it looks and plays incredible. I keep my other 3-chip SNES as a backup for now, and honestly, I probably will never touch it again. The best thing I ever did as an SNES fan was buy this SNES Jr and mod it. Next, we have the Nintendo Switch Online subscription. Right off the bat, let me tell you that the interface is good, but it needs a lot of work in my opinion. The game selection is still not perfect, but it does get better as time goes along. Even though this is a Nintendo hardware, make no mistake, this is emulation. Key features here are great video quality and audio quality. Save states, games are free with a subscription, and you have the option to net play with friends and family. Latency is an issue here, however, especially if playing in docked mode with a wireless controller. Your non-OLED TV, even in game mode, will add a lot of latency. Mix that with the latency of your wireless controller and things start to feel more sluggish if you are used to quick response time like I am. The experience is better with a wired controller or in handheld in my opinion.
Is it good? Oh yeah, it's nice and drolly.
Oh boy, here we go. Next up is the SNES Classic. What can I say about this cute little device? It comes preloaded with 21 of some of the console's best games, including the unreleased Star Fox 2. Two perfect controllers, HDMI out, and it's powered by a measly 5 volts. I waited in line for this and I am still astounded by the value here. Even though this is emulation, video and audio quality here is quite good. There are some weird effects like in Yoshi's Island Let's Get Dizzy, the background does not move correctly. On another note, this device can easily be hacked to load your dumped ROMs and add the games that you wish were on here, making it an absolute no-brainer if you can find one for cheap on the local marketplace. If you're just looking to play Super Nintendo games, the SNES Classic is without a doubt one of the most convenient ways to do so.
Almost breakfast and play a little bit of Super Mario RPG.
The undisputed king of emulation software is RETROARCH. With CRT filters like Megabezel, games can look near identical to the highest end CRT. It does require a decent rig though for high-end filters. I'm very familiar with RETROARCH and I've been using it for years. As a streamer, it is absolutely perfect, as you can use the built-in NetPlay or programs like Parsec to play co-op with your friends. Video and audio quality are top tier, and it gets better and better each patch and core update. Save states, Game Genie support, you name it, it is all here. Everything in RETROARCH is customizable. If you're looking to just play the games and enjoy them without the need of a massive physical collection, I can say without a doubt, download this software and enjoy the nostalgia. And did I mention it's free? If you have the computer for it, RETROARCH or RETROARCH is almost too good to be true. Download link is in the description. Warning, extremely awesome devices detected. You thought I forgot about FPGA hardware emulation? No, I have not been living under a rock with devices like the Analog Super NT and the Mister. There has never been a more exciting time for retro gaming enthusiasts, if you can actually get your hands on them. The Analog Super NT, which you are seeing footage of right now, produces an extremely clean image with near perfect accuracy, at least far better and efficient than software emulation can provide. However, they have a pretty poor business practice, really leaning into the fear of missing out and making it a haven for scalpers and resellers. Last time I checked eBay, the Super NT complete in box is selling for well over $700 US, which is absolutely criminal for a clone system. The Mister, on the other hand, can be considered the RETROARCH of FPGA devices, and instead of using software, it uses hardware to replicate a one-to-one of the OEM systems. FPGA is certainly the future when it comes to retro video game preservation, as long as companies that rhyme with Nintendo keep their lawyers in check.
So guys, I hope that was helpful in breaking down who should be buying what in today's world when it comes to the Super Nintendo. One other thing I wanted to mention before you guys go today is the Ultimate Guide. It is on Android and iOS. It is by Embraceware Software. It's absolutely incredible software. We can keep track of all the games. You can look up the games, their descriptions, all the magazine articles, everything linked to them, real-time graphs of the prices, and you can also log how much your collection is worth. It is for the Nintendo, and it's also for the Super Nintendo right now, with other consoles being added in the future. An incredible piece of software. It'll really help you with your collection, and we'll see you next time here at Koi Fish Game. Bye, guys.